Alright, go ahead. Take it away.
Alright, so welcome to Average Superplay and Joyous episode 7 it is today. The title is Hypersonic Averageness, and we're going to watch two Superplays together, have some average entertainment here at your favorite time slot, I hope. And of course, the host is joining us as usual. It's Pearl, who's doing the actual work behind the scenes, getting all the stuff to work, getting all those ancient main versions running. And we also have a very special guest today. It's Icarus.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And he will help us out with the commentary.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's get started. I hope it's... Oh! You didn't see that. Alright. First game today is Hyper Duel. And for those of you who have been kind of following around the formula, I've seen a funny world record been posted. We'll see how this run compares to the world record together. MAME 60, thankfully there's no audio issues that I have to deal with, so we can just play the run. Let's get started on it.
Yeah, I hope you guys have recovered from last week. Or, well, the week before. Now, let's try it again. Hyper Duel.
Yeah, who knows that game?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I do play this. This game's pretty good. Yeah, so should I explain it or?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, yeah. So Hyper Duel, it's like I believe it's Technosoft's second arcade game, and it's quite an interesting game. This, you have a ship that can transform into a mech, and the shot type is different for both. And you also have a special attack which changes depending on whether or not you are in ship form or mech form. But for the most part, the game is actually quite straightforward. There's a funny little scoring trick in this actually, where if you just sit still, your score starts ticking up. So for the most part, you're going to want to try and find spots where you can just sit there and do nothing while you're killing things, which is kind of rare in later stages considering the amount of stuff that comes on screen. But for the early stages, it's pretty exploitable. Stage 1 is also quite short, so you're going to see the boss coming up in a minute. This giant robot squid thing, which doesn't usually take too much damage. Probably going to die very quickly.
Just chilling there.
Yeah. Also in this game you have option power-ups, two different types. You've got a Tracer, which is a small ship that kind of follows you like a Gradius option, shoots straight forward, and you've got these two little robot options as well, gunners, which are sort of semi-intelligent. I'm not going to call them very intelligent because they like to fly into things, but for the most part they will try and seek out enemies and shoot them directly. And if you have options alive at the end of the stage, you actually get like I think 10,000 points per. So you want to try and get like as many alive as possible at the end of the stage. You can have a maximum of 3 as well. But they're actually quite hard to keep alive. So for the most part, you can't really do much to try and keep them alive. So you've just got to hope for a little bit of luck. But they do help quite a lot actually. This stage is actually quite cool as well in that it's got a lot of like narrow corridors. You can actually die if you crash into them as the ship, but you don't actually die if you crash into them if you bump into them as a mech. So you can actually touch scenery as the mech form and not actually die, which is quite nice actually, because there's a lot of stages which have a lot of narrow corridors, tight spaces. Like this mid boss as well likes to try and shoot a spread shot, which tries to funnel you into the walls, so you have to be careful.
Faster when in mech form?
What was it?
Do you move faster when in
No,
mech form?
no, actually, you move faster in ship form.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, so
Makes
in
a
mech
bit more
form,
sense.
in mech form you have a constant speed. I think all the ships, so all the mech types are exactly the same in speed, but I think this ship, the Buster Gear 02G, is actually the fastest of the 3 in ship form. The blue one, Buster Gear 01, is medium speed, and 03 is like the slowest in ship form. So you do have to like keep into consideration that as well, and also the 3 different ship types have varying ranges as well. A lot of players tend to play this one, 02, because its special attack is a laser type which pierces through scenery, which actually helps with killing a lot of enemies in some stages, because certain enemies like to fly through, like, you know, the walls, which makes it quite difficult as some of the other ships to destroy them. And there is like a perfect destruction and stage bonus as well, which is like about 50,000 points rather, so you actually want to try and go for that if you're going for score here. So far it seems like the player's doing alright in this. It does get a little bit tricky in stage 3 because again there's a lot of like scenery which enemies try to pass through, and it's quite difficult to target some of them using the other 2 ships.
So what about the boss timers? Are they pretty short? Because I'm guessing you want to milk the bosses for points by doing nothing.
I think they're around about 2-3 minutes long a piece for most bosses, so you can milk them for a little bit, but it's not like, you know, in some games where you can sit there for like 10-15 minutes and just get points for nothing. It's the boss timers are quite short here, so you're not going to be getting a huge amount of points. And here you can see an example of like the ship's special attack, which is like an all-screen laser, and it actually helps with a lot of, you know, these little trucks that are like driving along the ground there. They like to drive through scenery, so it can be quite difficult to actually shoot them. Yeah, so there is some milking to be had in the game here. Like, some enemies like to fire destructible bullets, so you can actually do a little bit of milking there. Some bosses have like destructible parts, and this boss in particular coming up actually has like rocks which it likes to bounce around every time it jumps around, so you kind of have to watch out, but they're worth quite a fair bit of points as well. Here it comes. It's going to burst through the floor here. Yeah, you can see all these rocks that it launches up. They're actually still quite dangerous if it starts jumping around, but you can destroy them for like extra points. So, and the first form as well has a rocket launcher which you can destroy the rocket of, but it's in this version actually you can actually destroy the first form and the second form super quickly because you can actually shoot through the bullets. One interesting change with the Saturn version is that you can't shoot through the bullets, which actually makes the boss fighting the boss a lot harder. So Saturn version is actually quite a nice little change there. Stage 4. Yeah, the first part of this is actually quite difficult because this medium-sized enemy can actually fill up the screen with lasers, but it seems to die really quickly in the arcade version. It's a lot more resilient in the Saturn version.
It's such a fast-paced game already. Stage 4 here.
Yeah, it's very quick.
It's very typical of Technosoft style, like a very fast-paced shoot 'em up.
Let's just think about it.
Yeah, I actually think it's like probably Technosoft's best game. Actually, I'm a huge fan of Technosoft, and they've done some really good games in the past, but I definitely think this is like one of their best, if not their best game, just because of the pacing and the design of it is like really nice. It's not a massively long game either. I think the full length of it is around about 20 minutes. So it's actually quite short compared to a lot of shoot-em-ups, but it's pretty much packed full of action, as you can see. Like, there's always something going on. Enemies come from all over the place as well. Like, in this stage, they're coming from the, you know, top left and bottom left corners, so you kind of have to watch out for them then. You're always trying to shoot everything down because of the perfect destruction bonus as well. Each stage is actually quite short. This stage is like...
What I also like about this game and Technosoft in general is that it's very approachable for newcomers. So the difficulty isn't crazy out of the window. It's fun and it's not too hard. So you can recommend those games to newcomers as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think this is like one of the most straightforward shoot-em-ups like available in the arcades. But it's like there's quite a fair bit of challenge in it as well. It's not a massive pushover like, you know, Thunder Force AC is. It's actually quite difficult, so it's good for getting people into, like, you know, the arcade mentality as well. Like, you know, play smart for the 1cc. And it doesn't last a long time either, so you can actually get in quite a number of runs, like in one session. Unlike some of like the more modern shoot-em-ups, which tend to last like 40-50 minutes long, you can get like a couple of runs in that time, which is really nice.
You can go for like an hour and you still got a good amount of credits in.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This boss is great though. I love this.
Like you, but without the loop. So
Yeah.
only the good things, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Single loop games I have a tendency to prefer, and this is like one of the best ones. I mean, like I said, it's not massively difficult, but it is fun all the way through, so you're always constantly doing something. There's no massively, there's no huge areas of dead air that you have to worry about. You can always find yourself actually being quite active in this game. The arcade version is actually really good. Saturn version is by far the most definitive version though, because it tweaks a lot of things. Like bosses are slightly different, HP values are changed as well, and visually and the music is a massive update. So people have access to a Saturn, go for it. That's what I usually say. But the arcade version is just as good.
Port, you only have the Saturn version, or do you have both to choose
You have
from?
both on the Saturn version.
Oh,
So it's got both. Yep, you have both the arcade game and the Saturn game. Ooh.
Oh, this stage.
We
You
got the
probably want to
gems.
talk about.
Oh, this is interesting because this is a new pattern for actually getting the gems. It seems slightly less optimized though, but yeah, he's getting it. So these boxes are interesting in that if you pop them, they start generating medals which go up to 10,000 points. I think there's a lot of argument over the most optimal way to actually get medals out of this stage because it's such a high scoring stage. This is actually a new route that I haven't actually seen before, where he's actually popping 3 boxes at once and then picking them off before they actually disappear for the perfect bonus, but getting quite a lot of points out of it. Yeah, it's actually very off. Pretty decent actually, the amount of points he's getting out of it.
He misses a few go off screen.
Yeah. A few disappear off screen, yeah, so it's not like 100% optimal, but it's actually very, very good, that one, actually, that route. You also want to make sure you destroy the boxes so that you get the perfect bonus as well. Good start though. Also my favorite stage, this one. The music is amazing in this stage.
Oh yeah, it's pretty
Both-
good.
Yeah, both the arcade and the Saturn version have really good versions of this the stage music. I think this is like probably the
Oh.
longest stage in the game as well.
Here's the
actually.
broken background.
Ooh,
Sweet.
oh,
That's pretty
Old
good.
mate.
yeah, it's pretty good. Well done, man.
It's trying its best.
It's a slideshow version of stage 6.
It's like a fucking slide puzzle.
Yeah. Pretty good. This stage is great though. You can see like loads of enemies come from the back here, so you need to use your special attack very carefully in order to destroy them. But enemies try to pincer you from the front as well. It's a very active stage. It's pretty busy later on actually. The background is funny.
It's so good.
And once it gets to this bit, it scrolls fine. Yeah. So you're destroying some of the.
The enemy design just looks so weird, but fascinating in a way. I can't really see what
Yeah.
the forms are even supposed to be.
Yeah. The enemy design is.
Curious.
This. Yeah, so that carrier will be very important coming up again.
That thing has a lot of HP.
Yeah, it does. You can't actually destroy the carrier, but the thing inside it is very scary. It's like by far I think it's probably the second most difficult boss in the game, and it always manages to take at least 1 life off me in some runs. You'll see why in a second. I do like fighting it though. It's a pretty entertaining challenge, but it is really difficult to actually fight as well.
So do you deal more damage when you're point blanking? Because I'm noticing the spray is a bit different when you're up close.
Yeah, yes, you do. You do. I think if you use your options, you can actually do option damage as well. So the when you're doing a special attack, the little options that appear, they do damage, and it's a lot of damage. So you kind of want to try and hit stuff with those. Like the support carrier before, you had some of the little ships above and below it. If you use like the option to damage them, you can destroy them much faster than if you're just shooting straight up.
And the background's also broken here. Just not as much.
Yeah,
There's
it's
only
not
a
as
few
bad.
tiles change. Ooh.
Yeah, this
Scary
boss
looking
is horrible. Yeah, this is Nightmare. This boss is like really difficult. Once it actually phases into its second form, it sprays bullets everywhere. It's a lot more aggressive as well. Yeah. So this is the second form. You can see the spread shot can actually wall you in. It seems to die a lot quicker here though, but at maximum rank, it's a really nasty fight. Player's doing pretty good here though.
It's obvious, but you don't have bombs?
No, there's no actual
Oh.
screen clearing bombs. That little gauge at the bottom is for your special attack. So if you press both shot buttons together, because you've got two shot buttons, one for fighter form, one for mech form, and pressing one or the other transforms you into that form. If you press both together, you do a special attack in the form that you're currently in. So the mech form uses a aimed special attack, which fires forward, whereas the ship form has an all-screen special attack. And again, your ship choice will determine how easy it is to actually target specific enemies, because this ship has a laser which pierces scenery. Ship 1 has like bullets, so it's actually quite difficult to hit stuff through scenery, and ship 3 has like air mines, like it's like a grenade shot. So if you shoot something, it's like a kind of a splatter shot, so you can actually sort of pierce the scenery with it, but it's quite difficult. But that ship also has, like, since it's got splatter shot, it's got the strongest special attack as well, which is why the mech form is actually no range. So when you're using the main shot in the mech form, it actually has 0 range. You imagine like this ship here, but you only fire like one bullet forward. It's like basically a melee shot, but it does so much damage that you can like kill like the stage 1 boss in like 3 or 4 seconds. So a lot of really high scoring players have a tendency to use ship 3 because of that, because you're like nuking the bosses super quickly. Spider boss. Yeah, this boss is kind of annoying. So it's gonna like launch these sort of white curving grenades, but if they latch onto you, they actually slow you down. You can see some of them like
it's like a spider web.
Yep. So every time it taps you with a spider web, it actually slows you down. So you kind of have to watch out for that, because later attacks it starts throwing lots and lots of bullets at you. It's a little target on the front there, which you actually have to destroy.
All the
hatch.
little spiders on it. That's good.
Yeah, here you go. Yeah, so these things, when they hop off, they actually fire bullets at you, but they'll still try and attach spider webs to you, which slow you down. The little spiders are worth quite a fair bit. I think you can actually milk the little spiders as well if you have a good path to it. But he went for the speed kill here. Okay.
Pretty smart.
Yeah,
It looks terrifying.
it's a good boss. Yeah.
A really cool boss design again. I love spider bosses. Good stuff. So do we know how to get really high scores in this game, or is it still a little bit of a...
I think there's still like a lot of tricks still to be discovered. I think scoring again is like really straightforward, but there's a lot of milking spots that I'm not really aware of, which is probably where a lot of the score is coming from, because I think the world record is like something like 2.9 million or something like that, isn't it?
It's pretty high.
Yeah, so I think the highest score that we currently have is like closer to 2.3 million, so there's like, what, 600,000 points still to be found?
Yeah.
I think there is quite a lot of milking involved though. There is one spot that I kind of want to experiment with at some point, and that's the last boss, which is the one that's coming up here. I'll explain it when it gets there though, but I think there's quite a lot of points to be had off the last boss, most definitely. Because milking some of the other bosses, you don't really get that much points off them. Like, you know, maybe destructible bullets are like worth 10, 20, up to 100 points each. So it doesn't really seem as lucrative, but the last boss definitely has something that is. very lucrative, and I think that's probably where most of the points come from. Yeah, so there's this giant mech here that you're trying to destroy the pieces of, and that was the stage 5 boss that's coming to help you out here for a little bit, the Black Angel. So he's actually indestructible, so you don't actually need to worry about him, like, you know, protecting your escort here in this case. He's just gonna fly around and pop stuff. Occasionally he'll take a hit, but yeah, he's indestructible, so you don't need to worry about him that much. Pretty cool. I like this stage, actually. Yeah, so
It's really
each time
cool.
you're basically just destroying all the armaments on this giant flying battle station here. Can be quite tricky if you don't know the route for it, but for the most part, you just want to make sure you don't sit in front of stuff that fires huge lasers like that. There's a couple here, like the one that pop the shoots up at the top as well. Yeah, this is the last phase of this particular bit here. Good score here as well, actually, 2.1 before fighting the last boss.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, really good. Here we go. Right, so the last boss is going to grab the Black Angel, and you'll see exactly what happens after this. Oh, this boss is so cool, though.
Oh, he fucking turns it against you?
Oh
Yep.
my god.
Oh, that's cool.
So good, this.
Gives him some extra stuff.
Yeah.
Epic.
Right, so this is the last boss. You can see these cubes that are forming around it. That's phase 1. It's quite easy. It's this phase here. You see how these boxes are like, yeah. You can see when you shoot them, the score starts ticking up really high, and that's because of all the destructible bullets. I think that the scores, like the really high scores, are milking this phase in particular. It's very scary though, because you can see that not only is the boss shooting at you, it also fires homing missiles and tracking lasers at you as well. So it's not a straightforward milk this, but I think this is probably where most of the score is coming from. As you
Okay.
can see. I mean, you're getting like around about what, 5k per box here, I think.
Around 2 to 3k.
Yeah,
Depends how many shots it shoots.
yeah. So if you really pace your attacks against it, you can probably get quite a lot of points out of this.
Yeah.
Score's just jumping up. So it's over 10k per cycle.
Yeah, it is
Easy.
worth it, I think. Definitely worth it, I think. And it does last a long time as well. I think this boss has a much longer timeout phase than any of the other bosses, because you can actually sit here for quite a fair amount of time to do this. Ooh, he's phased it to last phase though. Yeah. Now this is where it gets really scary.
Oh,
Take
Jesus Christ.
a lot more green tracking bullets, a lot more missiles, and this
Fucking
laser.
envy.
Yeah, that laser as well it's completely random how it moves, and it has the really bad habit of trapping you up against the top or bottom of the screen sometimes.
Can I go all the way down to the bottom?
Yep, all the way down the
that's
bottom and all the way down to the top, and there's no way you can tell when it's going to do it as well. Sometimes it will give you a little bit of a gap, and sometimes it'll just say, no, I'm done with you, and completely wipe you out.
That's hell. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's nasty. It has ruined quite a number of runs in the past, and I think this is probably the most difficult boss in the game as well because of it.
Yeah.
He's handling this really well, though.
This is really good, yeah.
Really well. Oh, he's got a no miss as well.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a huge score. Yeah. 2.36. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Highest replay now.
definitely- Yeah, highest replay now.
Andy?
Guy that said he had world record has now been dethroned by a 19-year-old replay.
Yeah, that guy. Well, pretty good. Good stuff.
Yeah, that was a great replay, actually. Yeah, really well done. Yeah, nice to see.
Oh,
little bit of
dude, Booby Master based.
Yeah, that's the one thing I like about Technosoft as well, is they have quite a lot of nice pseudonyms in their credits. You, yours.
Yours.
That's really good. Zako,
A guy called Zako as well.
Oh my
Nincompoop.
Gamist, and you.
Yeah.
And classic. I love the pixel art. That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, the art style in Hyper Duel is amazing. Like I said, I think it's like Technosoft's best game. Like, and I've played all of them. I have a love for a lot of them. I think this one's probably the best one.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah. And as we were saying before as well, it's a good game to, get new players into as well because it's not complicated, but it actually holds your attention for the entirety of the game as well. So it's definitely one to recommend for new players to check out if they haven't done so already.
All right, so while we're waiting for this and then per setting up the next game, I want to remind our viewers that we do have a website for the team. I'm posting it in chat for the team Average, Superplay, and Joyous, and you can find all the episodes there as well. And you can also submit your own Superplay. So usually, well, it doesn't have to be Superplay, it can be any replay. But usually what we will be doing is get new old replays from our crypts, and we still have a couple of dozens to go. So don't worry, we're not running out of content anytime soon. But if you want to submit your own play, and as I said, it doesn't have to be like super good, can just be very average. You can submit it via the form you can find on the website, and we can comment on it. And you can join us, or you could just send us the replay, and we will then do the commentary on our own. So yeah, if you're interested, check it out. Second game.
Yeah.
Maybe some people guessed it already.
Or if you don't want to join anything, you could just look at the website and enjoy all the funny words that Mariscan wrote there.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
All right, this one is going to be Sonic Wings 2. It is a no miss 2-all. So that should be pretty interesting. If only Akko were here,
Yeah,
then it could have actually
he's
been.
missing out again.
He could have been posting funny emotes in chat.
Someone ping him.
Yeah, ping him, say, "Yo, dude, it's your game."
Is even awake.
Uses the FSX chip as well. I don't know, Trap. Well, I do know, but I won't say it.
So yeah, Sonic Wings 2 out of, I think it's 3 games, and then you have a special one.
Yeah.
So 2 is a fan favorite, so to say. As you can see, you want to pick up medals at the top of the screen for the 10k bonus. The lower you collect them on screen, the lower the value will also be. And well, usually the game is your very straightforward shooter, like nothing too complicated when it comes to scoring systems and stuff like that. Yeah, very Psycho-esque, and that's no coincidence.
And
So basically, the dudes basically formed Psycho later on, but this is still done under Video Systems, I think it's called, the company. And yeah, 2-loop game. Nothing too complicated. Also, I would say a fun game for beginners too.
Oh yeah, you can get pretty far.
The first loop is not too crazy. Second loop is crazy, and we will get to that later on. But first loop is not too bad, I would say.
The quick kill.
Yeah, like in this game, like you can just kind of get to like stage 7 or 8 without really knowing any route. Like you get a good long credit on you.
So the stage order for the first few stages, well, minus the first. The first, I think, is always the same, but then you have a couple of random stage orders. Again, very reminiscent of Psycho then, of course. And I think you have a fixed boot order, so when you reset the game, you get the same order each time. But you are not allowed to watch the demo, so if you don't watch the demo and reset every time, you get the same order. At least for the first loop. The second loop is then random, no matter what.
Right, and also for like kind of early Psycho fashion and Sonic Wings, when you're full power, you have like a limited ammo with it, I believe. That's the case in this game as well.
Yeah, I think it lasts a few seconds for max power, which is why I usually see a lot of players leave power-ups on screen so they can pick it up once it runs out. And I think it makes a huge difference as well, max power, because it kills things way faster than
Oh yeah,
the lower power.
it's like a huge contrast between max and one level below max.
Yeah. It's kind of why a lot of players tend to leave power-ups on screen.
Score as well.
Yeah.
You want to pick them up at excess value.
Yeah.
Also, this boss, if you really want to push it for score, you can make it for the destructible bullets.
Yep, 100
Which
points
are
each.
100 points or something.
Yep.
Oh, the bonus
Yeah,
stages.
bonus stages.
Those are fixed. You get a random stage and then you always get the bonus stage. And those can be quite tricky. You see all those power-ups on screen. There's a sprite limit of 6. And when you destroy them more, you cannot trigger more items. So what you want to do is kill everything, but then also collect everything as fast as possible. And this is very crucial when it comes to scoring as well. So these are very tricky. They look easy, no bullets on screen, but enemies can still ram you, and they are very important for score.
If you're playing as Mao Mao, I think there's a bug where you can get 2 power-ups off of like the last enemy or something. That's happened to me a few times.
Pretty good.
No, Kodo. This is not. I don't think so, at least. I don't think this is the best ship for score or survival.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
I think there's definitely a lot of contenders for that title.
Yeah, you probably want to pick Mao Mao, because she has a bomb that stops the time, stops the screen scrolling, and this gives you an opportunity to pick up more medals on the top of the screen for the 10k bonus. So probably she's best for scoring.
And also enemy kills if you need to secure a few of them.
Yeah, I always loved this stage in particular. With the
Ferris
big
wheel.
wheel. Yeah. And of course, the boss. I love stealth bombers. And some basic positioning going on here. Nothing too crazy, as you can see.
Some good speed kills though in point blanks. I like it.
Speed
Yeah.
kills are really interesting.
He's not going super crazy on skull. He will be mostly aiming for no death run. And I think this is the last of the random stages.
How many stages are there again in this?
A
I think
lot.
it's 4?
A lot.
4 or 5?
You mean stages in the random order or like total stages in the game?
Total.
Oh, total.
20.
Oh, well, that's
10
a lot.
times 2.
Oh, cool. And most of the stages are pretty short though, so...
Yeah, I mean the bonus stages, do they really count? Kind of.
Yes, it says stage whatever. It counts. I just realized I think this might be one of our shortest episodes, depending on how long this game is.
Yeah, I think it has a basic length, maybe half an hour or so. But that's still pretty fast for a 2-loop game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think most of the Psycho-style games are really short anyway, though.
That was
Yeah.
really scary at the corner there, honestly.
Mm.
Yeah, the
These
difficulty does
enemies are
pick up a bit.
tanky.
Yeah.
Another thing, if you die in this game and you're at like 1 or 2 power, you are not gonna really kill anything.
Everything just absorbs damage.
Using 2 bombs on this to speed kill it.
He's playing super safe.
Yeah. Minimizing like all forms of risk.
Yeah. Well, I think bombs are quite abundant in this game anyway, so it's usually
Yeah, they
worth
are.
it.
You
Rival.
get quite a bit.
And plus the homing shot is pretty good as well for this. Picking off loads of enemies before they have a chance to really start crowding the screen with bullets.
It seems to be like Marion Gumbird 1 where you point blank with the homing shot because that will spawn and then get eaten like frame 1.
Yeah, yeah. Marion is really good for speed killing in that regard because those stars just spawn really quickly at point blank range. So I think it's a similar principle with this ship.
Basically Marion. I didn't realize, but now that you mention it, can't unsee. Like even the homing things are
Yeah, I think it actually like functions the exact same. It looks so similar.
Also, that was a crazy safe spot. I didn't
Yeah.
know that it was that small. Didn't expect that one.
I mean, you can see just how tanky even the small enemies are at this point, and that's with
Yeah.
maximum power shots. So.
Like, this is one of the most difficult parts of the game, I would say.
Yeah.
Like, all
Yeah.
those little ships will just keep firing at you, even right before they leave the screen, and the bigger ships as well.
Yeah.
Very tricky.
This is a cool boss. I like this one a lot.
Yeah, the presentation is just amazing.
I can't wait till we get to see that traditional Neo Geo slowdown in the second loop.
Also, I love the boss music. It sounds so strange.
Do you prefer this one or Sonic Wings 3 for the boss music? I think I prefer 3 a bit more over 2 in that regard.
Yeah, I would probably say so. Boss music is good in both games, though.
That's true. You got the second bonus stage now.
Yeah, you can sort of see that sprite limit.
Playing a little bit in here.
Yeah, he's really good at collecting everything very fast. Those stages can get out of hand
Ooh.
very.
Full power items.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you can just see the score jump up in those stages.
Alright, here's the
Alright.
stage. If you're a first time player of this stage, you'll inevitably game over here.
These missiles,
that's
look
no
at how strong they are.
Yep. and this specific type of plane just lives and lives and lives.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
if
I
notice
think
some graphics are missing because of MAME 99.
Yeah, this is old school, man.
Yeah.
Really old.
This is full power and that oh god.
Oh god. Yeah, you really need a route for this stage. Otherwise, you're getting killed repeatedly. I've seen people, like, just game over on this stage.
Especially on the boss too. If you don't know how to handle that boss, you're just owned.
Yeah. It's doing really well at controlling enemies around here, though.
Yeah, the boss has a couple of safe spots. Can be trivialized a bit. But well played.
Yeah.
Good rock. And here's the big metal section.
Yep.
And as you can see, it's very difficult to pick those up at the bottom. So yeah, he's not getting.
Yeah.
Kind of botched it.
That was a sad metal.
Yeah.
The pyramid, whatever this building is. Temple?
Looks really cool as well.
Yeah.
Just shoots out those huge bullets. But yeah, when you know what to do, it's not too bad. It's just some positioning you gotta learn.
Laser phasing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Guess you don't have to worry about it if you just sit to the side like that.
How many stages is too many stages? I think we've passed this point, honestly.
But they're all short though, which is
Yeah.
not too bad, I guess. I mean, if they were like your standard stage length, like
Oh my
5,
god.
that
Can you
would be
imagine?
a slog. That would be a hell of a slog.
There's some like Dojin game that's like 3 hours long.
Chimera
Yeah.
Beast.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cambria Sword, I think it is.
Oh, no, Cambria Sword, yeah, that's right.
Chimera Beast, wrong game.
That was kind of long, that one as well, though, if I remember correctly.
I think it's around 35. That's the prototype game.
Yeah. Yeah, Cambria Sword, yeah.
Cambria Sword,
Yeah,
like
that's
Trap
good.
loves it.
That's good design. I like it.
Yeah, there's quite a few people who love that game in the Shmups community. It's a pretty
Ooh.
interesting game, that one.
Bullets are starting to get really fast now.
Yeah, they are.
So this boss, absolute hell. He will just maybe try to bomb it.
That is
Oh,
a
what
speed
the hell?
kill. That is a
Yeah,
speed
okay.
kill.
Well, maybe not so difficult.
Yeah,
But when you let this boss live, you will be in trouble. It's a very
Yeah.
difficult section.
that's a really good strat. Yeah.
Two episodes in a row, we have some fucking bonkers strat.
And last stage.
Yep, last
Well,
stage of the
the
first
first
loop.
Yeah.
Last stage of the Sonic Wings games are always fucking weird.
Yeah, if you want to play this game for score, let's talk about the final bosses here. You will first fight this mid-boss. It's always the monkey mid-boss, but the attacks are chosen at random. So you either get some bullet spreads, which are quite difficult to dodge sometimes, or he will spawn more monkeys. And those are worth 1k, so you ideally want to get as many monkey spawns as possible.
Oh,
Let's see how it goes here.
holy
Oh, he will-
shit, that was so fast.
Oh yeah, those you want to get. Can be quite tricky, but the bullet speeds, the spreads are worse. So that's the first RNG section, and then we go on to the final bosses. There are 3 final bosses possible, so usually you only get 2 ever to see in your life. It will be either the eye boss, which is it appears basically in 2/3 of the time, or you will get the ghost boss 1/3 of the time. The eye boss gives more points, so you always want to get this one. Luckily, it's the more probable one to get as well. But then there's a 0.67 probability that you will get a big fish, Mumbo
Oh
boss.
no.
And it's a couple of 100k, I forgot just how many, but it's an absurd amount of times points, and you will basically never get it. So he got the eye boss. This is a good one. You get some good points. And,
The heat
yeah.
death of the universe will happen before someone gets double mambo.
Yeah, double Mumbo. I don't think this has ever happened. So getting the Mumbo in the first and the second loop. I think someone once said that you have to play 1 credit for 33 years to get double Mumbo chances.
Jesus Christ.
Oof.
I don't think people like the game enough to go for that.
You never know,
It's
someone's
crazy.
probably doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not very popular game for score. So when you look at the new scores coming in, Sonic Wings 2 is never one of them because no one wants to go for testing his luck on the Mumbo. I mean, even single Mumbo is just silly. Double Mumbo is just not something people even talk about. But the first Sonic Wings is quite popular when it comes to scoring. So you will still see very regular score updates for the first Sonic Wings. So if you want to play one for score, it looks like this one is the way to go. Sonic Wings 2 is just silly.
3 also is pretty funny as well. There's some complete bonkers strats in that game.
Yeah.
Anyway, Loop 2, traditional for like these Psycho game types, palette changes. And so the summer kind of trees in the first loop have now turned to autumn. It's pretty pleasant.
Yeah,
The falls off the building. It's
Does
always
that laser kill you in the second loop?
I think it does.
Oh
Fucking
yeah,
great.
sure.
It does. Oh my god, great.
Yeah, it does.
It's fucking amazing.
Still going for the speed kills.
In
Yeah.
Loop Instant, it's very difficult. You have to fight some suicide bullets, and most drastically, you will have to fight those very quick bullets. So enemy bullet speed is just increased by an insane amount.
So you gotta really control what you're killing so you actually have space to go through things.
Yeah.
This is huge, so this is very tough.
He's leaving turrets on screen so he doesn't have to deal with it. The suicide bullet.
It's a completely different playstyle from Loop 1 to
Yeah.
Loop 2.
Yeah, it's a lot more conservative by the look of it, yeah. Trying not to spawn suicide bullets.
That looks insane. Yeah, just bomb it.
Ooh. Yeah, just get out of there. That bomb does help though, because cancels bullets around you, so it's quite nice.
Looks like an actual pretty good bomb.
Yeah, it does a lot of damage as well, I think.
It's also pretty hard to see the bullets with the boss flashing every other frame.
Yeah.
It's
Those
awful.
bullets, the small ones, are quite hard to see as well, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just go for the speed killer, I think. Ooh, yeah. It's close.
Nice.
Yeah, Plasmo is pretty bad for this one. I mean, from now on, all the bosses are hell, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've entered hell.
Yeah, not sure if the bonus stages are any different. Maybe it's just more or less the same.
I think.
Yeah, I think it's the same, yeah. I think the enemies are slightly stronger though, because it seems like he's not able to destroy all of them.
Oh. Yeah, they sometimes can just randomly crash into you.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of pacifist
Just avoiding killing like, everything in this stage.
very common thing we will see a lot, especially during the second half of the loop,
Oh, yeah.
probably. Don't
Yeah.
kill
And the next stage too.
everything's just very deadly.
Those are so fast. Fucking
Ooh.
Christ. Holy shit.
That's fast. Whoa.
That is so fast.
Yeah, he's gonna want that bomb there as well.
It's alright, maybe it'll come down to him.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, slowly. Oh, it's going away.
So there's no life bonus or anything. He's just going for the no miss challenge for the fun of
Holy
it.
fuck.
That's a good
Speed
skill.
That's so
It looks
quick.
like when you bomb at point blank range, you get some extra bomb damage as well.
Yeah, I think so. That was a nice kill though.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, he's still gonna do pacifist here though. It's gonna be a lot trickier with all these ships flying around and
Passing through
different
those
directions.
waves.
Holy shit. Some of these suicide bullets become so fast.
I can barely see them.
Oh yeah, you guys are on 30 FPS, so it's probably even harder for you guys to see it.
Ooh, ooh, corner safe spot.
Nice positioning.
I like this.
Ooh,
This is the good
Good save.
shit.
that's nice.
Yeah, a lot of clever positioning going on here. It's quite valuable.
I always love how Psycho games and their safe spots can be very creative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Strats and Psycho games are always very interesting when it comes to survival. Lots of safe spot abuse.
Ooh.
Lots of positioning abuse.
CSA bullets.
I don't trust those ones.
Oh,
Okay, now this boss looks like really easy in terms of bullet speed.
he's going for the point blank quick kill here.
Why does it look so easy? What the fuck? Jesus.
That was...
Did they forget?
Maybe some balancing issues.
Oh, here we go. Here we go with this stage.
Some more
Still-
pacifist routing.
Still going pacifist. I mean, it works. It's not like there's a lot of stuff on screen, so just do it.
Yeah,
lot
the
of
great
them-
thing is once you went pacifist, you basically cannot go back. So if you stop shooting, you cannot just midway start shooting again.
Yeah, you've got to go all the way. Yeah.
Wow, okay, those things die so quickly with the auto fire.
I think
Yeah,
passive
at least you can
can-
kill stuff with a
Ooh,
ship.
that's a nice spot.
That's
Terrifying.
Oh, now the small boats. Those are hell. The big ones as well.
Oof. It's close. Those ships, those carriers are scary. But comes this very sad battleship coming up here.
Oh, it even shoots in the second. That's a good troll.
Oh wow, those fire really frequently in Luke 2.
Oh,
Jesus
yeah, the
Christ.
helicopters. Wow.
Oh my god.
Good point blank there, though.
He's not even going for the additional parts, he's just going for the core. I don't blame him.
Yeah, just kill it.
Oh, these look faster. Some of these enemies do.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Those missiles look scary, though.
They do.
Get a few extra bombs. Yeah, I think he's got plenty of resources to use up now, so...
5 bombs, probably get a few more during
Yeah.
the next few stages.
Yeah. It should be well stocked for...
Oh, this is hell.
Oh, yeah, this bit. I think going pacifist is still quite scary, though, because the amount of kamikaze
Oh.
enemies, like these ones.
God.
Yeah, these ones.
So
Wow.
tight.
And the power loss as well.
Ooh,
Oh my god.
how much damage those helicopters are taking, though.
Yeah, they're so tanky.
Gonna leave at least one on screen, I think, just so he's got maximum power on tap.
Yeah, you probably need it for the boss.
Probably, yeah.
Scary section. Yeah, you can tell he's routed this out very carefully. It's very
Yeah.
deliberate, a lot of these movements.
The player sex knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
A classic name entry.
Yeah.
I wonder what happens if you put in those initials in Sonic Wings 2, but because usually in later Psycho games it doesn't work, as in many other games.
Yeah,
But maybe
Ooh,
you can
fuck.
still do it.
Oh, this doesn't look any faster in Luke 2.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's more or less the
Yeah.
same. But let's see how the second phase looks like.
Point blank that one on the side there.
I think it's a little faster.
Yeah.
Faster, but still similar. Strategies are the same.
Yeah.
Just move up, down, and win.
Yeah. Job done.
Alright, stage 19. Oh man.
Yeah, this stage is trouble. Real trouble.
Well, I don't know if the boss will be trouble anymore.
Just press B at point blank range.
Press B to win.
Oh my god, those spreads.
A lot of pacifism in this run.
Man, you can't kill anything anymore.
Yeah.
It's just such a sad experience.
Those enemies are so scary, the black ones.
Yeah.
They move away so quickly as well.
Yeah. Thankfully, the pattern looks static, so you can.
Yeah,
Sit-
at least something.
Yeah. If that was aim, then I think the stage would be even worse than it normally is.
Yeah, probably not
I think,
possible.
I think that would be an understatement.
Yeah, he's got to deal with all of these
Oh,
kamikaze
Oh
enemies.
man, we're
but
actually
they're
shooting
so
again.
scary.
Shooting bullets.
What the fuck?
Let's see this one. Yeah, he's going for it.
And
Just
there
a
it
quick
goes.
go.
Bomb
Yeah,
assisted.
this boss is absolutely insane when you fight it.
Stage fucking 20. Goddamn.
You rarely see this one in a shmup, stage 20.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing like 1942.
Oh, yeah, and then you have a couple of more to go.
Yeah, you got 12 more to go.
Final stage isn't too bad, even in the loop. Yeah, have some added enemies, some extra enemies, but even those are not too bad if you want to do.
Yeah, it looks about the same.
You can go for the monkey again.
Oh, wow. That's fast.
Just gonna go and speed kill it, I think. Oh, that's
Yeah.
red.
Monkey doesn't stand a chance.
2 in a row. 3 in a row.
We got 2 more.
Yeah, he's got plenty of resources, so no worries.
Yeah, still.
Yeah, he won. Oh, those are shooting large bullets. Did they do that in the first loop?
Yeah.
Oh, they did. Okay. I can't see it.
So
then.
this one, final one, this one doesn't exist in the first loop. That's
Oh.
an extra.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
Oh. The last one didn't spawn
And to give
anything.
you the full 10k power up, get him ready for the final boss.
Alright, which one are we getting? Will we
Yeah,
see
it's time to
the
pray.
funny?
The eye would be ideal if you not count Mambo. But maybe we're going to see the ghost as well. Let's see.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, yeah.
That's a ghost.
Ghost. So when you want to go for score, you got unlucky. But it's good. Yep, another quick goal, and that's a no miss.
Yep.
Good
That
stuff.
was a good run. That was a good run.
Yeah,
That was
score is a
fun.
little bit on the low end. But it's still the highest scoring replay for this character because I think not many resources exist for this game anyway. So
Yeah,
what was the score, like 2.2 or something?
It was like 2.15? We'll see it
Alright.
soon.
You don't see many people tackling this for score, I've noticed.
Yeah,
A lot of
not
the other games on it.
for score.
Dude, people hear
Definitely.
Mambo and they're like, ew, no.
Yeah.
I mean, play any of the other Sonic Wings games. They are all fun to play for score in one way or the other. Not this one. Definitely not.
Even special?
I like Special. Special's
Oh.
cool.
Oh, 2.2.
It
Okay.
plays very differently, but
Alright,
it's a good game.
let's see what happens. Bruh.
Yeah, 2.2.
Alright.
That's
That
cool.
was a fun group of 2 replays.
Yeah. Good fun to watch those.
Yeah. Alright. Plasmo, would you like to do the closing?
Oh yeah, almost fell asleep there. So, yeah, that's it for today. Hyper Duel and Sonic Wings 2. I think we will probably be back next week. If not, then the one after. So get ready for some more mid-90s Superplays played in the early 2000s, for the mid-90s games, I mean. But yeah, thanks very much to Icarus for joining us today, especially helping us out for the commentary for Hyper Duel.
Yeah, it was
Thanks.
Yeah, no
great.
problem.
Pretty
You're
good one. Learned a lot about this game.
Yeah. It's been
And
fun.
of course, thanks to Pearl for setting it all up and actually running the show. So we can have some average entertainment.
At a very good time slot.
Oh yeah, my favorite time slot. No better way to start off the day. But yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
See you guys next week or the one after.
Alright.
I'll keep you updated.
See you guys.
All right.